Fail to succeed. Everything about the psychology of failure. Failure is a depressing and upsetting experience. You cannot always control whether or not difficult things happen to you, but you can control how you react to them to a large extent. Failure tricks your mind into believing things that aren't true. Failures will paralyze, demotivate, and limit your chance of success in the future unless you learn to respond to them in psychologically adaptive ways. The most important thing to do after a failure is to understand its psychological impact and how it affects your thoughts, feelings, and behaviors. So today, we are showing you how it can lead you to success. And if you want more psychological help like this, subscribe now. Here we begin. Failure is one of humanity's greatest strengths and thus is not the inverse of success, but rather a critical factor in achieving our own objectives. Evolutionary scientists such as Charles Darwin, who is credited with saying, "It is not the strongest species that survives, it is the one that is most adaptable to change," have demonstrated this. Changing and adapting has been a hallmark of human evolution for centuries. For example, we realized early on that we are too weak to hunt as individuals, our bodies are too fragile, so we adapted by hunting in groups, evolving into more complex communities, relying on our collective abilities, which has led not only to our ability to survive, but also to thrive. Babies also learn using this mechanism. We are born helpless, but we gradually learn to point to what we want so that caregivers know what we require. Through more trial and error, making mistakes and failing occasionally, we eventually learn to walk, talk, and grow into fully realized adult humans. In short, despite appearances, we are designed to turn our greatest source of strength into our greatest source of weakness. Conversely, failure teaches us how to adapt and grow to succeed, whether that success is finding our next meal or launching a complex business venture. How failure creates problems for us. Failure to achieve a goal makes it appear unattainable. Participants in a study were asked to kick a football over a goalpost on a field with no distance markers from the goalpost, and were not told how high the goalpost was. Participants who thought the goalpost was farther away and higher failed more often than those who thought it was closer and lower. According to the researchers, failure can distort your perception of your goals, making them appear more elusive. Fear of failure can cause you to sabotage your own success. You can protect yourself from the pain of failure by making excuses and reasons for why you failed. External rationalizations might include, "I wasn't feeling well," "I was just upset because of an argument with a friend," or a popular one among students, "The professor just didn't like me." The problem with these justifications is they can become self-fulfilling prophecies, sabotaging your efforts and increasing your chances of failure. Failure can lead to a sense of helplessness. Failure is painful. Your mind reacts to this by giving up, trying to avoid feeling it again, and feeling helpless or unable to complete the task provides an exit. The pressure to succeed raises anxiety and can lead to choking. When an athlete misses a crucial play, a singer or musician misses the desired sound, or a speaker is at a loss for words, they choke due to performance anxiety. Likewise, you choke when you overanalyze something you know how to do. How to deal with failure. Make a strategy for moving forward. It's pointless to replay your failure in your mind over and over. Don't let yourself dwell on all the things that went wrong. Dwelling on your problems or repeating your errors will keep you stuck. Instead, consider what you will do the next time differently. Make a plan to help you put the knowledge you gained from failing into practice. Create realistic ideas about failure. According to a 2010 study, people were likely to sabotage themselves when they believed a mistake had rendered them a total failure. For example, dieters fed pizza were told they had completely blown their diets in one experiment. Those who thought they were failures ate 50% more cookies than those who weren't dieting. Consider decisions to be experiments. Admitting our mistakes is nearly impossible, because it is so common for us to brush aside or forget our failures. Consider decisions as experiments rather than final decisions. When people are concerned about making the right decision, they experience anxiety and paralysis and are concerned about making the wrong decision. These are two outcomes that aren't required to make a decision because when we run an experiment, we're just seeing what happens. Concentrate on both the process and the outcome. When you are rejected, you may throw your hands up and say, I just wasted all of that time for nothing, what's the use? However, you can remind yourself that failure is another word for learning. You benefited from the process even if the outcome was not what you desired. Be aware of your self-talk and challenge negative thoughts about the future. This entails changing your mindset, and the first step is recognizing when your mindset is negative. For example, a middle-aged writer may receive rejection for the time and conclude, perhaps I'm too old to begin a writing career. However, if I remind myself that this is a fixed mindset, I can argue back by saying, you're never old enough to learn a new skill, or many successful writers began their careers at your age or later. Create a growth mindset. You can change your brain by changing your mindset. Carol Dweck's research, published in her book Mindset: The New Psychology of Success, found that teaching children about the brain's malleability led them to adopt a growth mindset in school, increased motivation, and made them more resilient to failure. Accept productive failure. Instead of carefully teaching people how to do something, you need to let them loose on a new task with only the most basic instructions. While students frequently need help to produce satisfactory lessons, productive failure is beneficial in a variety of teaching settings, including classrooms. Individuals can learn from this as well. Those who prefer to jump right into a new task rather than carefully reading the instructions may fail more, and anyone who's ever tried this approach with a piece of flat-pack furniture knows how bad that can be, but they will learn more and do better the next time. Recognize and appreciate the efforts of others. Consider paying it forward and changing the mindsets of those around you and your own. For example, when a child brings home straight A's and her parents exclaim, "Wow, you must be a genius," they unknowingly encourage her to adopt a fixed mindset. Instead, by saying, "Wow, you must have worked really hard in your classes," the parents are encouraging a growth mindset. According to research, rewarding children for their effort helps them cope with future failure and improves their performance. So, the next time you congratulate someone on their accomplishment, whether it's a child or adult, emphasize the effort rather than the natural talent. What do you think about failure? Let us know your thoughts on this psychology in the comments down below. Thanks for watching, and make sure to subscribe to our channel for more interesting stuff. Also, hit the bell notification icon to never miss an upload from our channel. Thanks for watching. Take care.